Hello everyone, how are you all doing? Hope you guys are doing great. Happy weekend to you all. So guys, President Donald Trump have sent second warning to Nigerian government and Nigerian president concerning the genocide happening in Nigeria. You guys remember the last time he said that if nothing is done, they will invade Nigeria, and our president Bola Ahmed Tinubu tried to organize an emergency meeting with Donald Trump, but I think he declined it. And after he made that, after he sent the first warning, nothing have been done. Instead of the buying to reduce, the thing is increasing day by day. So he sent second warning to Nigeria and Nigerian government. He said, I think Nigeria is a disgrace. The whole thing is a disgrace. They are buying people by the thousands. It's a genocide and I'm really angry about it. And we pay, we give a lot of subsidy to Nigeria. We are going to end up stopping. The government done nothing. They are very ineffective. They are buying Christians at will. And until I got involved in it 2 weeks ago, nobody even talks about it. So you guys know that after the first time he sent this warning, they are trying to tell us to push the narrative that we don't need US in our country, don't need their help, they should not invade this country. But meanwhile, things is getting worse day by day. So instead of them to find solution to this problem, they are busy prosecuting someone that tried to terrorize, according to them, this country with his own mouth. Anyway, let's talk about Nnamdi Kanu. His wife have come out and made a statement.
Long day for all of us. It's been a very, very long day. Annoying long day, not unexpected day, but a day that we knew that would come sometime, at some point. I just had to wait for Nnamdi Kanu to go back into the house because I haven't told him what happened. He's asked me about the court, and I said, "Is the usual nonsense going on?" And he said, "Okay." We have seen what transpired today in the court between Nnamdi Kanu and the kakistocratic. I have always called Nigerian government kakistocratic government of Nigeria. What happened today is not something unprecedented. It is something that we know that this is what they want to do, even though some people don't realize that, but this is something that has been planned, prepared a long time ago. Although at some point we would have averted or evaded this type of behavior in the past, but notwithstanding, God alone understands why it has to come this way or go this way. Mind you, this is not about some political misunderstanding or misconception happening anywhere. This is about Biafra. So if we understand what Biafra is and understand what it entails and understand the people behind Biafra, the unseen hands and the seen hands, then we will understand what this whole thing is about. Also, if we understand who we are as the Igbo people, Igbo, there is something about us that the enemy does not want to but we are very special. I keep saying that. And at some point, God, in his infinite mercy, would make us known as he has purposed us to be. So I need to be fast so I can go back in. I'm in the car trying to make this quick video before going back in, because Nnamdi Kanu will come out now. I don't want him to hear me. In Nigeria, a judge cannot ask a defendant to open a defense on terrorism related charges without reading out the written law under which the court is trying that person. Okay, so the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, Section 36. I mean, I'm sure that is very familiar to everyone now. It provides that a person shall not be convicted of a criminal offense unless the offense is defined and the penalty prescribed as in a written law. So what Omotosho has done today is a written script for him to read out. Everyone could hear him, everyone could see that he was reading a script handed over to him, and that he could barely read out some of the words in his own very written judgment. How interesting. How interesting. I've had to quickly tweet and post the travesty of justice today regarding how Omotosho ignored the Constitution's requirement that no one can be convicted under an unwritten or unknown offense. He forced Nnamdi Kanu to take a plea under a repealed law, which Nnamdi Kanu refused. So show me where it is written before I can enter into a defense. And that never happened. Omotosho refused blatantly, flagrantly, to issue written rulings on serious applications. So you could hear him reading, you could hear him counting thousands of lines of hours of accounts. But then he refused to issue a written ruling, which he ought to have done first, but never did. He told Nnamdi Kanu to put all objections in a final address, then blocked the final address. So if you were Nnamdi Kanu, you will be as outraged as Maz was this afternoon. You cannot ask me to put my final address, put it down, write it down, and then you block it. So Nnamdi Kanu has right, is his right, to put a final address down, to write it down. But Omotosho blocked that and decided to read out those nonsense he called count. And he refused to, first of all, decide whether he even had the power to try the case. We kept talking about jurisdiction. I have always talked about jurisdiction. Nigeria government has no right to try Nnamdi Kanu. He who comes to law must come with equity, or he who comes to equity must come with clean hands, rather, excuse me. So it's also in the spirit. If I'm going somewhere to lay a complaint about someone, I ought not to have done something, rather lay a complaint first. So Nigerian government decided to take Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya, they kidnapped him, tortured him. After 8 days, they brought him to Nigeria, and then decide to try him under a repealed law, which we have refused. So a few gaps there where we should have stood on our discharge and acquitted and stood by it. Regardless, that would be revisited, and we are going to appeal. Of course, we are not going to sit down and fold our arms for Nigerian government to deliver something that they have planned, a verdict that they have written years before now. We won this case. They were not happy about it. They went to Supreme Court, even though the Supreme Court messed around with the whole judgment, but they did say to them, you are trying